Hey everybody, it's Sean. This is the SVP vlog, episode number 2, and this is week number 3 of the quarantine. Yeah, a couple quick tidbits here on the coronavirus, and just wanted to share this because there's quite a few people that I've seen out in social media land who really don't think that this is real, which is concerning and troubling actually. But just a few tidbits, and again, I know that the 24-hour news media is just nonstop, crushing or pushing stats down our throats. But this virus has surpassed roughly 45,000 deaths, and it's now the third leading cause of death in the U.S. And bear in mind, this only took 3 months, and this is all coming from the CDC and prevention agencies. So this isn't just written on the back of a napkin somewhere. The COVID-19 virus is killing roughly 750 people per day, which is is very substantial if you think about heart disease and cancer. Not being too far ahead, with roughly 1,700 deaths per day for heart disease and 1,600 deaths per day killing cancer patients. So it really, I hope it kind of puts some context around, how serious this really is. And, I'm not going to be here to preach to you, but just hope that everybody is taking the necessary precautions and protecting themselves and their families, and take this seriously, people, right? Like, this isn't the government trying to take away anyone's rights, or any type of political, political plot or ploy for an election. I think it's kind of funny. I was listening to Bill Burr's podcast earlier, and he said that, initially, the Trumpers thought that, that this was being used against him, but as things are turning out, this could potentially be used, in his favor. So it'll be interesting to see, how it's spun once this is all, behind us. But anyways, not a political vlog here, but yeah. So on a kind of a lighter note, I think it's like extremely funny, and myself included. I fortunately am able to work from home from time to time, and I just realized I didn't introduce my trusty cohort and sidekick, Vicky. She's over there. She's had to bear with sitting next to me here in my highly my highly sophisticated and fancy recording studio over here. We're sharing a workspace, so she gets to kind of see the cutting room floor for the vlog generation. But yeah, so like I was saying, I really would enjoy working from home, historically, and now it's funny because I can't wait to go fucking back to work. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way. It's like, we were dying to work from home and have some of the kind of freedoms and amenities that come with working from home. And now we're all sitting around, watching Tiger King, looking up documentaries on Scientology, and all kinds of other crazy things, right? To keep ourselves entertained when we're not, logged in and working. But yeah, just some of the things, that I've been doing just to kind of keep myself busy is one is the Tiger King. I mean, who's not watching the Tiger King, right? The Tiger King's everywhere. I mean, this guy's incredible, right? Like, just when you think that, it can't get any worse or it can't get any more kind of white trash dramatic, it does. And the only bad thing about the whole Tiger King thing is that Vicky hates it. So, like, I have nobody in this house to bond over the Tiger King. Like, I want to curl up in my pajamas and watch the Tiger King and just revel in all of the white trash, the white trash. Okay, I'm stuck here. Wow. Whew. What word am I looking for? Co-host?
Just white trash.
Just white trash? Okay, we'll leave it at just white trash. All the white trash drama. And I love it. But this guy, right? Like the story, and I won't ruin this for you, but if you haven't seen it, um, not very stimulating, if you're really looking for something captivating or to learn something. But if you're looking to kind of just
Kill some brain cells.
kill some brain cells, maybe you feel a little better about yourself after you watch it. I mean, I kind of did. I mean, does that mean I have the bar set low? Maybe I do, but it's what it is. It's definitely crazy. Like, it's funny because I see it and I can relate it to some people that I have known or seen in the BMX world, and not quite at that level where it's murder for hire and all that, but just kind of like the drama. So, but another thing, oddly enough, is like Scientology. Like I'm like strangely like have this Scientology addiction where I'm like have found myself watching YouTube videos in the middle of the day, reading blogs, wondering if David Miscavige's wife, who's been missing since 2007, if she's if she's still alive or is she missing, and then find myself doing like vigorous internet research to see if there have been missing person cases reported and what those outcomes were. And I don't know what this strange addiction is. I think it's maybe it's just me wanting to do something with time other than work. But yeah, I we see these buildings. They're in Hollywood. Oddly enough, I used to race bicycles. For some of you who know me, so I'd be out riding my bike a lot, and realized that I used to ride my bike right by their compound out in the San Jacinto and Hemet area. Always wondering what that place was. A few times I even stopped and kind of just was looking around, and lo and behold, I had no idea when I was a 17-year-old kid what that was. It looked like a movie studio to me, but yeah, just trying to keep busy, and maybe I need to find something that's more productive to keep busy with. But so yeah, we'll work on that. But also, how's everyone's exercise been going? Mine's been going great. I'm exercising as less as I did before or as much as I did before the shelter in place, which is none. I think the only exercise I'm getting is walking back and forth from the refrigerator, because I'm like eating 14 meals a day now, and it's yeah, but is what it is. It's definitely crazy. Like it's funny because I see it and I can relate it to some people that I have known or seen in the BMX world, and not quite at that level where it's murder for hire and all that, but just kind of like the drama. So, but another thing, oddly enough, is like Scientology. Like I'm like strangely like have this Scientology addiction where I'm like have found myself watching YouTube videos in the middle of the day, reading blogs, wondering if David Miscavige's wife, who's been missing since 2007, if she's if she's still alive or is she missing, and then find myself doing like vigorous internet research to see if there have been missing person cases reported and what those outcomes were. And I don't know what this strange addiction is. I think it's maybe it's just me wanting to do something with time other than work. But yeah, I we see these buildings. They're in Hollywood. Oddly enough, I used to race bicycles. For some of you who know me, so I'd be out riding my bike a lot, and realized that I used to ride my bike right by their compound out in the San Jacinto and Hemet area. Always wondering what that place was. A few times I even stopped and kind of just was looking around, and lo and behold, I had no idea when I was a 17-year-old kid what that was. It looked like a movie studio to me, but yeah, just trying to keep busy, and maybe I need to find something that's more productive to keep busy with. But so yeah, we'll work on that. But also, how's everyone's exercise been going? Mine's been going great. I'm exercising as less as I did before or as much as I did before the shelter in place, which is none. I think the only exercise I'm getting is walking back and forth from the refrigerator, because I'm like eating 14 meals a day now. And it's yeah, I don't understand. That's one of the things about the working from home thing, which, when you're at work, you're in the groove and you're not, sitting 4 steps away from a refrigerator, and it's for people like me who don't have like the self-control, obviously, it's not the best environment. But I do see some of my friends and people I know out in the social media world. Black Walter, who, like, this guy, he's like attaching trees to bricks and doing all kinds of like super, like, super workouts, homemade workouts. And I mean, Black Walter is a specimen. Anyways, if you want to follow somebody really funny, go onto YouTube and check out Black Walter. He's hysterically funny. Also see people out there like my friend Rob Coyle, and Rob's, a middle-aged gentleman, much like myself, who's more recently found or discovered his passion for the Ironman races, and he's actually kicking a lot of ass. Like, I see his updates on Facebook where he's finished these events, and his training along the way. He's out doing just this crazy shit, like running 10 miles, going under barbed wire posts, through mud and over fences and all this shit. And I did a lot of that stuff too, and it was called Marine Corps Boot Camp, and it wasn't fun, right? Now, like, you've got these fruitcakes like Rob out here. But you know, hats off to Rob and everyone else who are still, keeping their physical activity or regimes, going. Yeah, I think I definitely need to get some exercise going here. One other thing we did, last weekend, Vicky and I met a couple of the friends from our car club, and we did just a car cruise out through the Malibu canyons. It was really odd because, and just a disclaimer, this was, we met our friends, nobody got out of cars and we just drove, right? So, we weren't, exposing ourselves or anyone else or anything like that. But oddly enough, the only people on the streets that we're seeing are all like the car people, right? Like, we would see, groups of cars, ripping the canyon, into single cars just ripping the canyon. And we went and we're bombing the canyons and had a lot of fun. I'll post up some photos here, and you can kind of see some of the really nice backgrounds and areas that we. And areas that we drove through. We stopped to grab a sandwich to go, of course, from the Malibu Kitchen. Vicky about lost her shit because they forgot our order, and like 50 people after us had gotten their food, and Vicky needed to use the bathroom, and like all the bathrooms were closed, so she was like the four-headed dragon. She was pissed, right? Which I get it, right? But we found her a bathroom. But nonetheless, we found this spot at Malibu Kitchen, and lo and behold, this is like a really big Porsche meat spot. Apparently, the owner is really deep into the Porsche scene. He had a lot of pictures and stuff where I guess he's buddies with Jerry Seinfeld, and Jerry comes through there, quite a bit. It's at the Malibu Country Mart, which is definitely kind of like a celebrity area right there, and for the Malibu locals. So, yeah, really cool spot, and I think we'll probably shoot some vlog footage once the shelter in place gets released. We can go out there and get some vlog footage of it for another episode. But it was cool. It was nice to kind of get out and just get some fresh air, roll the windows down, go for a drive, get some fresh air, and speaking of, I mean, there's still quite a few people not, adhering to the social distancing guidance that's been handed out. I just don't get it. Why people aren't taking this seriously or respecting this guidance, right? But hey, people are going to do what they're going to do. And then finally, working from home, like Vicky and I both, this is week number 3. Is it 3 for us for working from home? And I touched on it a little bit earlier. It's definitely a little more challenging than I think initially had thought. But there's been some funny moments too, and like Vicky will be on a call and I won't know it. And maybe I'm taking, a breather or having some lunch, and she'll randomly hear me like laugh or blurt out some rap lyrics, while she's on a call or something, and she'll text me and tell me to shut the hell up. And another thing I hadn't realized is how much my fucking dogs hate the pool man. Like, they're like ferocious, and these dogs they're dachshunds, and you can see here, I'll show you, they're kind of napping over there. I don't know if you can see them, they're all curled up. I mean, not the ferocious, Dobermans or Rottweilers that you would think, but these dogs fucking hate the pool man. Like, I really want to understand why, and he's deathly afraid of them, and they're like little dogs. So he comes in, and it's kind of like a ballet, and I kind of enjoy it. I kind of watch from the window and just watch him peek through the gate, and then he kind of tiptoes in, and he keeps the pole, at the ready, so he can keep the dogs back. And we try to get up in time and shut the door. So they can't go charging out there. But, we're not always successful. In other pet news, too, we did adopt another dachshund. We named him Hemi, and he is like the sweetest little dog that you've ever seen. I really don't know how someone could have dropped him off or lost him and not claimed him or found him. And if you do, like, you're not getting his ass back, because like he's already got my heart, and he's a little special, but I think that's why I like him, because I'm a little special, so I think we kind of bond on that level. But yeah, we've got kind of like a little wolf pack going over here.
Say hi.
Here's Sammy. Sammy! He's like, what? So you can see he was looking out the window. He was probably looking for one of two things: either the pool man, because he was going to go maul him, or two, there was like a butterfly. Like, this dog, like, he alerts on birds or anything, right? And it's pretty crazy funny.
Peanut's supposed to say hi.
And here's our other dog, Peanut. She's a little Chihuahua mixed with something.
Okay.
She's a little camera shy. But she is definitely the alpha of the pack, and she's the smallest, and she kind of rules the roost. But yeah, we're just kind of keeping cozy over here. Oh, one more, Daisy. This is the third animal of our wild kingdom. It's Daisy.
Okay.
Daisy's she's really drawn, laid back, and she just kind of goes with it. She can be really stubborn. And when I think about it, her personality is like very much like Vicky's. I'm kidding. But yeah, we're just like everyone else. We're just keep on keeping on, right? Like in the wise words of Joe Dirt, right? You just got to keep on keeping on, and just trying to get our work done and keep things with our jobs, on taken care of, and then things here at home. And so if you guys have any ideas, I've been thinking a lot about where I want to take this vlog, and again, once we get out, or we get out from the shelter in place order, I do have plans to take the vlog to different places and interview different people. I've already got some ideas for like some car stuff that I'd like to go do and show, so we'll go on some adventures with this. So I know this is probably pretty boring just hearing me blabber on about whatever, but in future episodes, once we're past all this COVID-19 crap, we'll go take some fun adventures, and of course, if you guys have any ideas for topics or talking points or anything that you'd like to see, definitely like hit us up and drop a comment, or you can always slide into the DMs and let us know. And we'll do our best to accommodate. But I think that's about all we got for now. I'm going to try to push these out on a weekly basis so I'm not bombing everyone's timeline. And we appreciate you guys for taking 17 minutes to kind of tune into our little world and what's happening with our animals and crazy household. And look forward to seeing you again next time. Be well.